makeup. Like, right, that's my 168 palette. This is, like two different reds and a pink mixed together. And I like coloured my eyelid. I've got like red down here as well. In the middle, it's supposed to be there. It's really quick because I'm not going anywhere. I call it infected because I look. It's red around here. It's like zombie plague. I know. And I'm wearing my zombie hoodie today, so I got it as a replacement, the one that I lost in Seafield, but I bought this one in an extra large, so it's massive and I can hide in it. It's fantastic. No offence to anybody who's an extra large, not massive. Sorry. So I'm not particularly skinny, so and yeah, this is my Manic Panic lip liner and Barry lip gloss. If you care, if you like it, if you want to know what it is, just comment below and I'll stick all the crap in the bottom. Nobody wants to know how I did my makeup anyway. I'm always astounded when people say things to me about my makeup in a positive way, because I'm like, have you seen some of the amazingly talented people out there that can actually do things with makeup and are trained and just wow. And yeah, I just muck about with it, see what happens. I have a list of stuff that I wanted to talk about and I'm just not in the mood for talking about any of it. I've not like even looked into things in any kind of depth, or how I usually always say to you, if you're going to have an argument or a valid point, there's no such thing as a valid point unless you have information to back it up with. And I'm throwing all that out the window right now because I'm just going to babble. Oh, attractive. Ugh. I can breathe. I was going to actually talk, not in this video, but talk properly about things that I'm passionate about. One of which, and recently has been a resurgence in my life, is video games. And sometimes I'll say things and people look at me like, are you for real? Because I have blonde moments. I have a lot of blonde moments. I'm naturally a brunette, like a kinda, my hair is Lara Croft hair colour, like that, like a browny reddish colour. But I have blonde moments, and lots of them, and words leave me, and like this, being able to speak just goes out of the window. So I was going to not script and not, I'm not going to script things, I'm not going to like look into things to make me look smarter, but I'm going to read on updates and stuff because I wanted to talk about, sorry, I just like it when my hair does that. Anyway, easily distracted. I wanted to talk about World of Darkness, and I wanted to talk about Dead Island. Dead Island's been out for a good long while, about a year now I think it's been out, but I, through one thing or another, have been behind the times with stuff, and I have just started playing Dead Island, and I really like it, although I do find it lacking in quite a few areas. The storyline isn't as, it doesn't draw you in as much as I like. I like my video games to be deep. I like depth, a lot of depth with things. Maybe why I like Tomb Raider, because every single thing in every single Tomb Raider game is researched to like the millimetre, and I double check it because I'm a freak like that. That's my table squeaking. And I wanted to talk about World of Darkness because World of Darkness, is the CCP game that is in production right now. CCP make Eve. I've touched on Eve before, that it's just a bit too sci-fi for me, but I am quite intrigued by it because of the scale of it, and I love the character creator. I like making characters and things like that. It's a lot more in depth than say World of Warcraft, but I do thoroughly enjoy World of Warcraft as well, which I shall be back on soon, and I will let you know what my name is as well. If anybody wants to play with me on my PS3, I totally look like one of those 0800 dial-a slag things. So if anybody wants to come play with me, you know, yeah, that kind of thing on my PS3. Okay, as long as we got that clear. Just PM me and private message me or whatever right down here, and I will privately send you my gamer tag. Yeah, anyway, back to it. World of Darkness is, from what I have read and what I have gathered so far, is based on Vampire Masquerade, which was originally an RPG. Before the actual video game, it was like a role-playing, real-life RPG. For people who don't know what RPG stands for, it's role-playing game, okay? Before it was video game, and then there's like a couple of video games of it. And the basis of that is being used for the World of Darkness, and World of Darkness is going to be massive, absolutely huge. And I watched a couple of things on the EVE Fan Fest where they were discussing World of Darkness, and they showed a lot of clips and things from it, and it just looks wow, and I'm so excited about it because I love me some vampires, and having like a huge game like this that I can immerse myself in and create my character and have like my whole little life with my little character is just beyond exciting. I will go back through my updates and things and do some reading so that I can actually inform you on things rather than just go, wow, it looks so cool and it's about vampires and Vampire Masquerade and World of Darkness and blah 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 kind of thing. But I'm really excited about it, and it looks amazing, and they have repeatedly made a big point about the fact that this is not for kids, because it is a dark realm, and they are immersing themselves into a kind of a dark subculture, vampirism, not 12-year-olds with fangs who like to call themselves Vlad, but like vampires, and it's quite violent. I'm sure they've mentioned that there's quite a lot of sexual scenes in it. It's vampires, pretty much. So hopefully the fact that there is going to be measures in place so that there isn't going to be a lot of, no offence to teenagers, I don't have a problem with teenagers majority, but it's hopefully going to be a better gaming experience for the more mature gamer, because you're not going to be running around with a lot of 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds. You're going to have more of an environment where it's people who are older, people who hopefully would be more immersed in vampire lore, Vampire Masquerade, know where it actually came from, and you know what I mean, it's a better kind of circle. It's like if you're into, I don't know, if you're like really into princesses, you wouldn't go into a hut where everybody was talking about orcs and things, would you? So hopefully when we go into this little hut, it's going to be like a hut full of vampire people and not orc people and princess people. I'm always telling you for to broaden your horizons and mix with different people, but in certain situations it's better to be with people who know what they're talking about. If you want to go and talk about books, then go to a book club where there's people who have read the books. If you want to talk about clothes, you go to a fashion show where there are designers and models and buyers and things like that. You don't want, if you have your interest is shooting and airsoft, you don't sit in a room full of people knitting. I have to go see what that is.